What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your $1,400 third stimulus check update and fourth stimulus check update, as brand new information is coming out about how the Democrats are going to try to pass the next stimulus package and get rid of the filibuster rule. That is the rule that requires Senate bills to be passed with 60 votes, although they can pass a small number of bills, up to 9 bills in the next coming years, through the reconciliation process, which they might be doing with the next stimulus package, the Build Back Better package as well. But Democrats are trying and actually pushing more and more for it as the days go by to get rid of the filibuster rule, which would make them be able to pass any bill at all, whether it's stimulus bills, tax increases, Social Security increases, $10,000 of student loan forgiveness, anything like that, good, bad, or neutral, depending on what side you're looking at everything, with just a simple majority vote of 50 or 51 votes. This would have to not go through the reconciliation process. They wouldn't have to go with the Byrd rules. It wouldn't have to be part of the budget reconciliation so it could be approved. And while this would be a complete game changer if they're able to pass a bill that basically gets rid of the filibuster, or what President Biden has said yesterday, that he's willing to go to a talking filibuster, which basically would mean you can only filibuster or delay any bill that doesn't have 60 votes while you're physically up on the Senate talking. So basically only a matter of hours, because people have to leave to go get food or to go to sleep. So they wouldn't be able to delay any bills permanently right now, which is how the filibuster is right now. You can delay a bill permanently forever if you don't get the 60 votes. And that's basically what happens. Basically, if you don't get 60 votes and if you don't pass it through the reconciliation process, well, then your bill doesn't get passed in the Senate. Democrats are trying to get rid of that, and if they do, it will be a complete game changer, not just for the Democrats right now, but for anybody that controls the Senate in the future. Remember, in just about less than 2 years, the Senate is gonna be up for re-election. At least about the people who are up for re-election. Remember, senators serve 6-year terms, so about 1/3 of them is up for re-election at any given time. And well, the Republicans could take back the Senate too with literally one vote. Remember, the Senate is a 50-50 tie. So I'm going to give you all the details on that, as well as the $1,400 stimulus checks, the direct deposits that we're waiting on, Social Security, SSI, SSDI, waiting on their $1,400 stimulus checks. I'm going to give you the latest details on the third stimulus checks and the upcoming fourth stimulus check package. Don't forget to hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe down below, and let's jump right in. Republicans are calling the Democrats in the U.S. House of Representatives to have a hearing based on the border crisis right now, on which they say that more immigrants are trying to come into America from Mexico, from the southern border, more than any time ever in the last 20 years. And it's increasingly getting worse by the day. As you can see here, House Republicans are calling on Democrats to hold a hearing on the influx of migrants at the southern border, arguing that the surge could pose risks to national security. The push by Republican members of the House Judiciary Committee comes as Republicans hammer Democrats over the rising number of migrants and warn of increased criminal activity. Quote, the subcommittee should hear directly from officials from the Department of State, the Department of Justice, and the Department of Homeland Security about what the Biden administration is going to do to address the criminal activity caused by the Biden administration's radical policies, said Republican Representatives Andy Biggs from Arizona, Jim Jordan from Ohio, who wrote a letter to Representative Democrat Sheila Jackson Lee, who leads the Judiciary Subcommittee on Crime and Homeland Security. Committee Democrats did not immediately respond to a request for the comment. Apprehensions at the southern border exceeded 100,000 people in February, a 28% increase over the previous month. Most of these migrants have been expelled under a policy that originated during the Trump era that allows swift deportation due to COVID-19. The White House has made repeated pleas for would-be migrants to ignore false information that the border is now open under President Biden. The next stimulus package, known as an infrastructure, called infrastructure package, known as the Build Back Better package, is already being worked on and has already been announced and could have not only just a fourth stimulus check in there, there's actually dozens of Democrats from both the House and the Senate pushing not just for one stimulus check in the next package, but actually monthly reoccurring stimulus checks and monthly reoccurring unemployment bonuses until the pandemic is over that would cause automatic triggers to send out these monthly stimulus checks and unemployment checks in the next package based on economic conditions. So basically, these Democrats want monthly stimulus checks and monthly expansions of the unemployment bonus money until the pandemic is over based on economic conditions that would be decided at a later date. If the economic conditions continue to be bad, then stimulus checks continue to go out until the pandemic is over. One thing that would make it much easier for Democrats to be able to include multiple stimulus checks in the next package, or basically be able to do whatever they want, would be able to get rid of the filibuster rule, the rule that requires 60 votes in the Senate to pass any bill, besides the few exclusion rules that they do with the reconciliation process. The reconciliation process has its problems, though. It's a longer process. And also, they can't include everything they want in there, like we've seen in the last package. They had to take several things out, as well as they had to take out the $15 an hour minimum wage because the Senate parliamentarian ruled that it could not be in there because it didn't affect the budget. If it doesn't affect the national budget, it can't be in the reconciliation process. But if the Democrats get rid of the filibuster rule, they'll be able to pass any bills they want with just a simple majority of 50 or 51 votes in the Senate. Here's Democratic Senator or Independent Senator Bernie Sanders on getting rid of the filibuster.
President Biden also suggested one slight reform to the Senate filibuster, requiring a senator like you or any other senator to actually talk and hold the floor if he or she is calling for a filibuster. How far would that go, do you believe, Senator Sanders, in addressing the dysfunction in the Senate process?
Well, when you mention that, I'm thinking back that some years ago I was on the floor for 8.5 hours talking about a tax bill. So I've been there and done that. But I don't know. I don't know. I happen to think that at the end of the day, we have to end the filibuster. I think that the crises facing the American people are of such magnitude that we need to act. And it is unacceptable that when the American people want to do something like raising the minimum wage or dealing with health care or dealing with education, et cetera, or demanding that the wealthy stop paying their fair share of taxes, it is just unfair and undemocratic for a minority of the Senate to prevent what the majority of people want in this country, in the House and in the Senate. So that's my view.
Now, Bernie Sanders is just one of a lot of Democrats that want to get rid of the Senate filibuster, as then they would be able to pass bills basically unchecked. Here's Democratic Senator Ed Markey on the filibuster.
Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell warned of a scorched earth Senate if the filibuster is eliminated.
There's already a scorched earth policy that's in place, and it's the Republicans blocking all of these fundamental changes which are necessary. If the only way in which it can happen is that we eliminate the filibuster, then so be it. But we can't allow ourselves just to be locked into a rear view mirror of American history with no fundamental change possible when we have a racial crisis, a climate crisis, a healthcare crisis, an economic crisis in our country. And Republicans say, no, we will not cooperate. No, we will not help you to pass an agenda that's big enough to match the problems which our country is facing. No, that is a Senate which is in gridlock. That is a Senate which is broken. And the only way to fix it is to just abolish the filibuster.
Here's an example of the disparity between the Republicans and the Democrats in the Senate. Yesterday, Republican Senator Pat Toomey from Pennsylvania blocked a bill to prevent private debt collectors from seizing stimulus checks, the $1,400 third stimulus check. But the problem is that we've seen in the past, in the first stimulus check package, the Democrats and the Republicans came together in a unanimous bill to pass a bill exactly like this to not have the first stimulus checks garnished from private debt collectors. And now we have Republicans objecting to that when they passed the exact same bill for the first stimulus check package. And many people think that the reason Republicans are doing this is just because they're just having a blockade against the Democrats right now. The Democrats control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. This is a new change for the Republicans because just a few months ago, the Republicans controlled the presidency and the Senate. And now the Democrats have a clean sweep of everything, and Republicans are basically voting no on everything. Just like the third stimulus check package, we didn't see a single Republican vote yes in the House or the Senate on the third stimulus check package. Not one. Senator Pat Toomey, Republican from Pennsylvania, on Thursday blocked legislation that would prevent private debt collectors from being able to seize the $1,400 third stimulus check sent out under the latest coronavirus relief bill. This bill was tried to pass through a quicker process known as an up-down vote, where they can just simply do it really quickly. We could see this come as a standalone bill officially, possibly within the next 24 to 48 hours. Pat Toomey says it was going to be a strictly Democrats using the reconciliation process. And that is the only reason that this provision, that the stimulus checks couldn't be garnished by private debt collectors, couldn't be addressed because it couldn't be included under the reconciliation rules, Pat Toomey says. Toomey also argued that the legislative fix supported by Democrats Ron Wyden and Sherrod Brown would prevent the money from going to individuals that a court has already determined should see the payment. So basically, Pat Toomey is saying that he voted no, or he objected to this bill because Democrats passed this bill without Republican support and passed it through the reconciliation process. So this is kind of his way to get back at the Democrats, but really hurting possibly millions of Americans in the process. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. We're hoping today is the day that people on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, VA benefits will receive their $1,400 third stimulus check via direct deposit or via direct express card. As well, up until today, we have not seen pretty much 99% of people on Social Security, SSI, SSDA have not gotten their stimulus check, the $1,400. It's nothing that you have done wrong. It's basically just, well, the IRS hasn't sent out your checks yet. So we're still waiting for the IRS has addressed this. It was several days ago. And well, they basically said stay tuned. So let me know down below in the comments if you received your stimulus check via direct deposit today or within the last 24 hours. Also, let us know if you're on Social Security or any of the Social Security beneficiary programs. And also let us know what bank you're with. Don't put any personal information or your bank account number. Just let us know what bank, Chase Bank, Huntington Bank, Bank of America, and if you got your stimulus check or if it's still pending. The IRS is going to be sending out multiple different rounds of direct deposits as well as paper stimulus checks. And this is exactly why the people on Social Security, possibly the people who need it the most, did not receive it yet, is because that round, basically all those people are probably in the same category, the same round of stimulus checks being sent out. And while the IRS and the Treasury Department simply have not sent out your round of money yet. So I will keep you up to date on when we see this coming. You can always read down below in the comments. Remember, we are a big family here, big community. So feel free to read in the comments because you'll probably see people say with your exact situation, saying if they got their check or not. I'll keep you up to date on the Social Security checks, the direct deposit checks, the paper checks that are expected to go out here within the next few days, possibly as early as today, as well as the next stimulus package, the fourth stimulus check package, the $10,000 of student loan forgiveness, the $200 per month Social Security increase, mortgage assistance, rental assistance, property tax assistance, and utility assistance that have been passed in the third stimulus check package that will become available soon, as well as we're waiting on guidance from the IRS on the $10,200 unemployment benefits that are not taxable. As of this point, the IRS says do not file an amended tax return for 2020 yet. We're waiting on guidance on that, and we're also waiting on guidance from the IRS on the $3,000 to $3,600 child income tax credits that are going to be paid out in monthly stimulus checks of $250 to $300 per month. I'm going to keep you up to date on all these different things, all these different buckets of money that are passed in the third package and more coming in the fourth package or standalone bills and presidential executive orders. So make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't yet so you don't miss out on new updates. Share this video with your family and friends. Also, I'll be having some other slightly different related videos coming out in the near future. So if you're a supporter of the channel, just all I ask is watch the video, watch it to the end so that the algorithm knows to promote my videos a little bit more. Of course, I'll keep you up to date with stimulus videos, probably doing at least 2 or 3 of them per day, if not 4, depending on how much news and how basically big news is coming out. So I'll keep you up to date on everything. Don't worry about stimulus. There'll be at least 2 to 3 to 4 videos every single day while we have brand new breaking information coming out. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. And this video, if you didn't see this last night, is about the tax raises that Joe Biden wants to do that will actually be some on the lower and middle income Americans also, not just the wealthy. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.